I'm Dr. Rod Lawson. I'm one of the chest consultants here in Sheffield. When I arrived for this filming today, I got told off by the physiotherapist because I didn't really look like a proper consultant. The truth is, I've come in specially on a day off because I think this is so important. So what is pulmonary rehabilitation? It's a program of exercises and education sessions to help you control your breathing better and to manage your disease more effectively. What happens as a natural response when anybody gets breathless is that they tend to do less because they want to avoid the unpleasantness of breathlessness. But the trouble is that when you do less, everything else gets less fit too. The muscles, the circulation, and your heart. And it gets harder still to do things, and you do less still and get into a downward spiral. The idea of pulmonary rehabilitation is that by doing extra exercise, you give yourself a boost, and it becomes easier to cope with day-to-day life. There's been lots of research done about pulmonary rehabilitation. If you compare the effect of any drugs or any inhalers, overall, they're less effective than the pulmonary rehabilitation. Pulmonary rehabilitation improves the distance you can walk in one go, it helps you feel less breathless, and it helps you feel a lot better from day to day. And you're much less likely to have to spend time in hospital with flare-ups of your lung disease. This is so important to let everybody know about pulmonary rehabilitation and how important it is for their health.
I hadn't a clue what it was. I had no idea what they'd done at Pulmonary, and when I went along, I was amazed at what they did do.
I think the first assessment really, mainly, is to just check that you are not too ill to do it. But it was okay, nothing to be frightened of really. You know, they're there to help you, aren't they, the nurses? So that's a good thing.
I feel it's a benchmark of where you are at that time. You need to have something where you can see that there is progression in the right direction.
When I initially got my letter to attend for an assessment for the rehabilitation, I was full of apprehension. Once I was in there, it was explained to me what the rehabilitation was going to be, what was expected from me, what they were going to give to me to give me the tools to help me for the future.
They do blood pressure, your oxygen levels, and you know, just how generally you are in your health, which I think it's a good thing.
I had to then attend for a walk test, which in itself it's like, you know, well, what is that all about? But you attend for that, you put at your ease, you do your utmost that day to walk as far as you can, but you realise your limitations even more.
It's not something that's going to frighten anybody or shouldn't frighten anybody.
My first assessment was enlightening. I was there and amongst people who are just like me. It's an opportunity to improve your well-being, and that became evident after the assessment.
When I first went into the exercise room, I was a little bit petrified because there was this equipment and a lot of people there, and I didn't really know what they expected from me because I've never been to a gym or anything in my life.
The experience I had initially was it seemed like a very big club. Everybody there was very happy and very friendly. The staff very professional. But in their professionality came out in a way that was reassuring rather than daunting. And they were more interested in finding out what I can do than what I can't do and how to improve that situation.
When I first attended for the rehabilitation, I was very concerned about people's judgment of me and that I would be pushed into doing something that I really felt uncomfortable with, but I think the staff there promote a togetherness a kind of self-help group right from the initial first attendance, in that we encourage each other to do more and more. We know that the staff are there in the background, encouraging us and to give us confidence.
It was a safe environment, it was a warm environment, in so much that people were very friendly and people were understanding.
Well, when I went, I felt completely supported and safe because there was someone with me all the time, and I was quite happy about it.
I realised that I just wasn't on my own. At first I thought, oh, they'll be able to do all sorts and I won't. But I realised that there were some people that were actually worse than me with oxygen, and that spurred me on, because I thought if they could do it, well, I could do it as well.
There was bottles of sanitizer left around so that you could sanitise your hands, and the staff did go around wiping the things as well, so that was good.
The support was also from within the group. It was very self-supporting, it was very self-empowering as well, so it was a good experience.
I didn't know what at all to expect. I hadn't a clue, and when I went in, they asked me to sit down, have a coffee, and then they took me down and took my blood pressure and my pulse and what have you, and says, right, we're going to do some exercises, warm-up session, then the exercises, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
When you're sat in the group and you're just doing very gentle exercise while sat down, just to get your heart moving and pumping, and then from then on increasing that level of exercise, then to go on to your own programme, which is you have your own time.
You set off at 30 seconds for each individual item, so that was great. And then maybe if you did all right, you had a chart to put down how you felt with your breathing, so you monitored yourself, which was good. And then each time you went, they would put your time up a little bit more, only maybe a few seconds, but by the end of the 6 weeks you went up to 3 minutes. So from 30 seconds on each individual one, you finished up at 3 minutes. That was brilliant.
So, and then afterwards there's the nice relaxing cool down period where you're able to just sit, relax, concentrate on your breathing and getting things back to normal.
Every now and again we had a session where somebody had come in and talk, and they were very helpful. We all decided what our fears were, which were frustration and not being able to do things, and it helped that everybody else was feeling the same. So you didn't feel so alone, that it was just you that was suffering. We were all got the same complaint. They did a talk on breathing, so that if you do get difficult with breathing, you do certain exercises and it calms you really down and you're fine.
We all have our other physical limitations, and what I found is that the staff even accommodate those and can come up with alternative exercises so that it's geared more towards you as an individual. So then you're not fearful of going, thinking, oh, my back hurts this week, so and I'm not going to be able to do that exercise. But they make you feel so relaxed about it that you feel that you've got the confidence to say to them, I can't do this one this week. Can you think of an alternative for me? So that in itself gives you the confidence to keep going back, knowing that you're okay, your time's going to be increased each time. But each week I go, I come out feeling better and better.
The support was very good. If you were having difficulty on doing one thing, they would encourage you and they'd keep an eye on you that you weren't overdoing it. And it was very safe because they allowed you to say whether you'd had enough or not. If you were struggling, finish, which was very good.
I enjoyed all of it. I thought it was great fun. But I enjoyed the fact that you could partake in exercise in a safe environment. When you have a long-term condition, you're never really sure what you can do until you actually do it. And so you tend to step back from it and not do it. If you're in an environment where people are professionally trained to spot the problems, then you feel more relaxed, and therefore you're able to enjoy the whole of the program. You're not concentrating just on yourself all the time. You know, you can actually enjoy the social aspect of it.
It was only for an hour or so, and that went like 5 minutes. I really enjoyed it and look forward to going the following time. I went twice a week.
It's really good, I enjoy it, especially doing the gym. I'm doing things that I didn't think I could do, to be honest.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget you can be referred by your GP, your practice nurse or any other healthcare professional.